this video of animal husbandry, we will study about the economics of the animal rearing. So basically, we will not, do a case study of any economics related to the animal husbandry because that is also not required. Here we will study the important inputs or the space flooring requirement or the other requirement related to any project related to the animal husbandry. Okay, so why it is required, why the economics in animal husbandry is required? Because India is first in the total buffalo population, second in the population of goats, third in population of sheep, fourth in population of chicken, and fifth in poultry production. So this is the huge area, or we can say huge opportunity lies in the animal husbandry, and the economics related to it simply means that the entrepreneurial projects that will lead to the income generation, scope of employment, and all. Okay, so what is the benefits of the animal rearing to the farmer? It is an alternative income to the farmer, as we also studied in the mixed farming concept. It provides the food and nutrition. It also provides the social security. Draft power of animals can be utilized in the farming, and animal waste such as dung, it can be also used as an organic manure, organic fertilizer for the farming. And it is also the resilience to the climate change, because agriculture and animal husbandry both equally contribute to the climate change as well. Now the challenges and the issues involved in the animal husbandry, that the main thing is the outbreak of disease. The poultry disease or the foot and mouth disease of the cattle is very, very deadly diseases. They can lead to the complete devastation of poultry, or either complete animal husbandry system, or we can say the complete population of livestock can be vanished. The yield and the productivity issues, it may vary from the climate to climate, area to area. They are a huge contributor to the greenhouse gases or as well. Lack of technology advancement, this is the major problem in all Indian condition. The funding issues, the poor income in insurance coverage, although this is due to the lack of education, market access, and the presence of informal sector for the lending purpose also. So these are the various challenges. These are also in the agriculture, and similarly they are also in animal husbandry part, or we can say the livestock raising. Now the floor space requirement, the different livestock, many a time this question is asked generally, and the question along with the covered area and open area. Okay, so what is the floor space requirement? So whatever be the floor space requirement for the covered area, and similarly for the open area, it is generally double of covered area. Like bulls, we need the area of 12 square meter when it is reared in a covered area, but when having the open area, so 24 square meter area or the space is required, and the maximum number of animals per pen, it is 1. Similarly for the cows, 3.5 square meter, and for the open it is 7, and maximum number of animals or the cows per pen, it is 50. Similarly for buffalo, for the covered area it is 4, and simply double of it for the open area. Down cover, young cover, and the old calf, it is quite similar for open area and covered area as well. Okay. Similarly for the eve, lamb, kid, ram, milch, doe, all those covered area generally vary, but main thing you have to understand that for the sheep and goat, or for the pigs, generally it vary from the age of sheep and goat, or we can say the pig also. Like these are the various stages. Similarly for the pig also, bore and the furrowing. So furrowing is the act of partition in the pigs. So this area is accordingly varying. Although this is not much important, but you have to remember the area or the floor space requirement for the cattle and buffalo at least. The feeding and watering space requirement for different categories of livestock. So for the adult cattle and the buffalo, the space per animal, it is 60 to 75 centimeter. Similarly, just we have studied earlier, it is for the feeding and watering space. Okay, total manger length in the pen for the 100 animal, it is multiplied by 100, and the total water tank length in a pen for 100 animals, it is 600 to 750 centimeter. Okay, similarly for the calves, it is less than the adult cattle. Adult sheep and goat, it is similar to the calves of the cattle and buffalo. Lamb and kid, it is again less than the adult sheep and goat, adult pig, and growing pig. So these are the space requirement for the feeding and watering, or we can say the manger length basically. Now the floor space requirement of poultry. Again, this question is many a time it was asked in the examination. So the maximum time the question lies in this line only. The cheeks, 0 to 10 week of bird requires the floor space of 0.8 to 1. And if the question asks what is the floor space requirement for the broiler, so broiler maximum age is 6 to 8 weeks. So it will be under this. So the maximum floor requirement will be 0.8 to 1 square feet. So this you have to always remember. And for the layer, it is just double. If you will see the layer, it is double, around 2. And for the broiler, it is 0.8 to 1 because the broiler age is 0 to 8 weeks. Then turkey, again it is 1 to 1.5, and as the age increases, floor space requirement also increases. Similarly for the ducks and the quails. So you have to remember, uh, age of a bird is up to 0 to 10 weeks. Floor space requirement will be 1 square feet. और simply अगर ये पूछा जाए ब्रॉयलर के लिए कितना स्पेस रिक्वायरमेंट है, दैट इज 1 स्क्वायर फीट. एंड फॉर द लेयर, क्योंकि लेयर की स्पेस एज तो 10 से ज्यादा ही होती है, सो इट इज 2. ओके, सो ये आपको ध्यान रखना है. 1 एंड 2 इस टाइप से आप इसको याद कर सकते हैं. देन फीडर एंड वाटर स्पेस रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर चिकन. तो अगेन जैसे हमने कभी कैटल के लिए देखा था, वैसे फीडर स्पेस एंड वाटर स्पेस चिकन के लिए अगर उसकी 0 to 3 वीक की एज है तो 1 से 1.5 एंड 25 सेंटीमीटर वाटर स्पेस. 3 to 10 है तो 2.5 एंड 100 सेंटीमीटर. इसके ऊपर है तो 4 इंचेस एंड 250 सेंटीमीटर वाटर स्पेस. एंड जनरली ये तो लेयर के लिए होता है, ये वाला ब्रॉयलर के लिए होता है. एंड फॉर द क्वेल्स इट इज 1 to 1.2 linear in inches and 1.5 to 2 centimeter, that is the water space required. So this is all about the feeder and water space, and these are the very basic things which are required when we compute the economics of any project. But project formation is not required for any examination, but you have to know these particular things. Okay, so this is all for this video. Hello everyone. So I again welcome you all in this video. This topic is related to the physiology of dairy cattle. So this is very important topic, and this is not only for the cattle, but this is equally applicable for all the ruminants. Okay, so we will also understand why we are calling them ruminants. So why this name is given. Okay, so this is very much associated with the digestion. So digestion is one of the physiological aspect of the dairy cattle, or we can say the dairy animals. So in this particular video, we will discuss about the physiology. So far we have discussed the breeds, their types, morphology, and all characteristic features and all. So today we'll discuss about the physiology. So in the physiology, majorly there are 2 or 3 aspects. We'll cover those. One of the aspect you can see here in this picture only. This is about the digestive system. Okay, so this is again important because the regurgitation thing is different. Their stomach is having 4 components. So all that we'll discuss today in this particular video. Okay, so the physiology of dairy cattle consists of so many things. So first we'll try to understand. So you know it very well. Physiology is basically a biological processes which are happening inside the body for its own, basically we can say the different type of functions. Okay, like in the plants, photosynthesis, movement of food and water, supply of food and water, all these things are physiological aspects. Similarly in the human body or in the animal body, digestive system, assimilation and all those, respiration, energy generation, energy transfer, all these things are the physiological aspect. Okay, so today we'll discuss some of the physiological aspect, because why it is important. Dairy cows support the milk production and the reproduction. Both the things are important. So we can say the milk production majorly depend upon the quality of the reproduction. So again, quality of young ones will lead to the quality of product. So we'll understand. So the very first terminology related to the physiology is reproductive physiology. Reproductive physiology means, unlike in the human beings, there is a menstrual cycle, but in cow we will see it here that the dairy cows undergo the regular estrous cycle. So here this is the cycle known as the estrous cycle. Okay, this is estrous cycle and also named as the heat cycle, heat period, heat cycle. Okay, so it is generally 21 plus minus 5 days, which involve the hormonal changes and the ovulation. So this is again important. So this heat period is related to the ovulation. Ovulation means in this the ova will be released and it will be active. So the proper reproductive management is essential to ensure the successful breeding, pregnancy and the calf. Okay. Then second important thing is the lactation. Okay. Lactation is basically, this is the process of giving milk, or we can say the secretion of milk. This process will happen only after the calving. Okay. So the reproductive is the receptive phase, we can say. So when in the receptive phase, when the ovulation will release and if the pregnancy happens, or we can
can say in the case of animals, after the gestation period, that is the pregnancy period, then the calving will be done, and after the calving, this lactation will start. The cow udders, udders means that is the part of what we can say the cattle or the animal where the milk generally is stored. Continuously synthesizes and secretes milk. Hormones like prolactin and the oxytocin play a crucial role in milk production and letdown. Okay, so prolactin for the production, oxytocin for the milk letdown. This is very important. Many a time you have seen the questions in the examination. Okay, so again this is important. Then moving forward, the rumen function. So rumen function is basically known as for the digestive. So it is dairy cows are ruminants. The four compartment of stomach, the rumen is the largest compartment. We'll discuss it in the digestive part. Okay, nutrition and the feeding. Okay, metabolism. High milk production basically signifies that they having the good metabolic activities. Water intake. So the dairy cow requires sufficient water intake. Teeth, stress, immune system, endocrine system, mammary gland. All these comes under this physiological system. Okay, so first we'll discuss the reproduction in cattle. So reproduction basically, as we discussed again, it is the process of fertilization basically. So whenever we are talking about the sexual reproduction, there are basically two type of reproduction. You need to always remember this thing: sexual and asexual reproduction. Okay, so sexual reproduction, when we will call this reproduction system is sexual, and when we will call this reproduction system is asexual. So whenever there is fusion of gamete, okay, fusion of gametes, then it will be known as sexual reproduction. Otherwise, it will be called as the asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction happens in animal, plant. Okay, so in both the category it is available. Similarly, asexual reproduction, it is more common in plant. Okay, so now we will see few terminology are used here. Heifers usually reach puberty, means the heifer name is given to the young ones which are not reached up to the puberty yet. So the stage of sexual maturity between 8 to 15 months of age. So you can see in human beings, puberty age is generally 12 to 18 or 16 years, but here it is 8 to 15 age. Then the Easter cycle begins at the puberty and occurs regularly every 21 plus minus 3 days throughout the reproductive phase. And during this phase, a mature egg is released from the ovary through its ovulation. Okay, and now it is receptive. So it is receptive for the sperm. Easter cycle divided into 4 stages. So first we will see the Easter cycle. So the pro-Easter, it is the 2 days prior. Easter basically 1 day. Specifically, this is the phase when the ovulation is generally takes place. Meta-Easter 4 days, and the diastrum, this is 14 days. Okay. The cervix become receptive to sperm this phase. The female exhibits behavioral changes and attraction to the receiver male during the fertile period, and this is known as the lead period. Okay. So why this happens? This is nature. This is basically nature. We can say when the cervix is receptive to receive the sperm, but you know it very well. Sperm is from the bull. Okay. So female will exhibit some of the behavioral changes so to attract the opposite gender, so that male can fertile her in that particular period, and this is known as a heat period, where the urge of copulation is very high. Then is the mating. So this is for the mating only. Bull is introduced to the herd. He mates with the cows that are in the Easter cycle. So bull can able to mate only with those cows which are Easter phase. Okay. In artificial insemination, selected bull semen is collected and used to inseminate the cows. Okay. Then is the pregnancy. After successful mating or insemination, fertilized eggs implants in the cow uterus and the pregnancy begins. The gestation period for cow is approximately 9 months. So this is vary with cow, buffalo, and sheep, goat. We'll see in the later phase. Okay. Care during the pregnancy is very much required. Calving is after the gestation period. The cow gives birth to the calf. This is known as the process of calving. So process of giving birth or partition is known as calving in cow, but we have seen there are different terminology used for the different category of animals. Okay, you might have read that thing in the terminology part. Post calving, then this is the reproductive management. So this table is again important. This table consists of these things: cow species 21 days of ester cycle, length of estrus 18 hours. This is heat period. Okay, ovulation is 11 hours after the end of ester cycle. So and the length of pregnancy, this is the gestation period. This is 282. For the Eve, Now you can understand Eve is sheep. 17 days, 29 hours of the Easters, near end of the Easters, 148 days. So, boar and so. So it is 21 days. It is pig. 48 to 72 hours, 35 to 45 hours and 115 days of gestation. Mare. Now you have to, recall or you have to remember it by yourself. Dam and mare, to whom we are calling the mare. 21 days, 4 to 8 days of the ester cycle, so it is the largest one, and 3 to 6 days of the estrus, and 335 days is the pregnancy. Okay. So moving forward, there are system of breeding in cattle. So there are two type of system. One is the outbreeding and the inbreeding. As the name suggesting, outbreeding means unrelated, and inbreeding means within the species. So this is the basic difference. Outbreeding means unrelated animal, including the hybridization, grading up, cross breeding, and the outcrossing. These are the common method. Okay. So hybridization is basically when the mating is done between two distinct species, बिल्कुल different. Okay. Then grading up is practice of breeding purebred sire to given breed with the native females. Okay. So purebred sire we will use. So it is just to make the one level up. Okay. So the continuous crossing with the purebred sire would make them offspring having characteristic closer to the purebred. So if you will, if you want to correlate it with the plants, so in the back cross. Okay, so here the purebred sire is crossed again and again so that we can have the maximum characteristics of this particular breed. Okay, then is the crossbreeding. Crossbreeding is the purebred animal of the two distinct breed. Okay, so this is the entirely crossbreeding and it is very much similar to the hybridization. Then is the outcrossing. It is crossing between the unrelated animals within the same breed. We can say which are not readily able to breed. So that is outcrossing. Then is the inbreeding, means having the common ancestry, we can say. Inbreeding is the mating of individuals that are related by their descent and includes the line breeding and close breeding. Okay, so this is again important question they may ask in the examination. So you need to understand, whenever we are saying the outbreeding means it is out of the relation, and inbreeding whenever we are calling the inbreeding it is in the relation. Okay, so you can see here the close breeding, mating to the brother and sister. This is known as the sib mating. Okay, sib mating. So this is mating in the descent of a sire to his daughter, dam to a son is known as the close breeding. Then is the line breeding, not very much directly associated relation, but little bit far relation. We can say the mating of the cousins and other distant relatively individuals. Okay. Then is the artificial insemination. This is the artificial process in which semen is collected from the bull, and females or the cows are inseminated with that artificial semen with the technique, and the living sperm is collected from the male and introduced in the female reproductive tract is known as the artificial insemination. This is a very good technique where we don't have to take bull to the cow. There are a lot of things are there, but this is the good method. There are two methods of freezing and storing semen. One method is the dry ice and the alcohol, minus 100 degree Fahrenheit, and the liquid nitrogen, minus 320 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Then the advantages of AI method, you know it very well. It is a good quality progeny, but moreover, it is an economic procedure. Otherwise, we have to take bull from one place to another. Okay, so this is a good method. Then is the embryo transfer. This is the surrogation method. This is not very common. Okay. Then coming to the digestive, which is the important part from the physiological aspect of any cattle. Okay, so we are calling them a ruminants. Why we are calling ruminants? Because they are generally having feeding habit which consists of grass and all. Okay, vegetation we can say. The proper nutrition is the foundation for a productive, reproductive and profitable cow-calf herd. Without good nutrition, cattle cannot express their full genetic potential. Okay, so पहले तो हमारे पास body अच्छी होनी चाहिए. So the cattle, sheep, goat, buffalo and camels are belong to this class known as the ruminants. Okay, this you need to understand. Ruminants are cloven hooved animal that have the four components to their stomach and chew their curd. Okay, curd. This is again important word. They are doing they are continuous doing the chewing. जो हम कहते हैं ना जुगाली करना. So that is chewing the curd. What is curd? The food is intake when the food is ingested by the cow or any animal, it went to the rumen, then reticulum, then it again passes to the mouth for the curd formation or for the chewing, then it went to the omasum and then abomasum. Okay, so this is the procedure. Okay, we'll discuss. So the cow digestive tract consists of the mouth, basically for the ingestion of food. Then is the esophagus. Esophagus is this which will with the process of regurgitation, not stomach. One is the rumen, paunch. That is another is the reticulum, honeycomb, omasum, many piles, and the abomasum, true stomach. Okay, this is known as the true stomach. Why this is known as the true stomach? Because it is having all the enzymes and HCl, we can say, similar to our stomach. Okay, then is the small intestine and large intestine. So we'll start from the mouth. So cattle are having the 32 teeth, including 6 HCl, we can say, similar to our stomach. Okay, then is the small intestine and large intestine. So we'll start from the mouth. So cattle are having the 32 teeth, including 6 incisors, 2 canines, and 24 molars. Okay, they use their tongue to gather grass and then chew it side to side motion. You might have seen. Okay, cow produces 20 to 35 gallons of saliva daily. Now you can assume. Okay, which moistens the feed and help them to maintain proper human pH. Then is the esophagus. Okay, so the esophagus is again contraction just to move or just to travel down the food from mouth to the stomach. Okay, the esophagus is a bidirectional function. Okay, which are not common in human being. Although there are bidirectional function in human being also, but that are not regular. You know it very well. In human being, there is a one direction movement. Another direction is generally in case of vomiting, which is not a general phenomenon. Allowing cattle to regurgitate, or we can say curd back to the mouth for the further chewing and the grinding. After the chewing the curd swollen, it swallowed back to the stomach for digestion. Okay, so it is having two methods. So now with the very first compartment of stomach is rumen. It is located on the left side of the animal. It is the largest stomach component. Okay, this you need to remember. Largest stomach component and capable of holding 25 gallon or more of material. So just you can imagine. You can compare it with your own tummy. Okay. It contains billions of bacteria, protozoa, molds, yeast live symbiotically with the cow, enabling digestion of the various feed and refuse. Okay, because cow are basically digesting, they are consuming grasses and vegetation only. The microorganisms in the rumen play very crucial role in digestion, breaking down plant fiber and producing volatile fatty acid, which provides 60 to 80% of the cow energy. Okay. Then is the reticulum. It is a honeycomb-like lining. Okay, it is a stomach compartment involvement of the rumination and serves as a trap of the foreign objects. Cattle regurgitate incompletely feed during rumination to aid rapid digestion by the human microbe. They rechew the food several times to break down the fiber effectively. Okay, now I think you might be understanding this thing. Okay, first they have what we can say swallow the food. It passes to the rumen, then to the reticulum, and then again it is going to the mouth for the further breakdown of the fiber. Okay, cow elucidate and the belch during the rumination, releasing the carbon dioxide and the methane. Okay, this is again a very important thing. Losing curd and ceasing rumination indicate digestive upset and then proper rumen function. This is again important to just understand the digestive upset. Okay, bloat can occur if the cows can't elucidate and due to the rapid feed changes, gaseous bloat or the grazing of on clover or alfalfa, frothy bloat is generally happen. Okay. Then the third component is omasum. The omasum is also known as the book, the many piles, because it is having many leaf-like folds. Its function as the gateway to the abomasum, filtering large particles back to the reticulorumen and allowing fine particles and fluid to be passed out to the omasum. Abomasum is known as a complete or true stomach. It functions similar to the human being as we in our stomach. Some enzymes are produced or released, and similarly acid. Okay, so this is the four component of stomach. This you need to remember. Then is the small intestine. The small intestine and the large intestine perform the rest of digestion similar to the human and other mammals. Leaving the rumen contain the microbes and digested fiber, protein, sugar, so many things. Okay, and enzymes of the pancreas and the gallbladder aid in the digestion in the small intestine, which primarily having the function of absorption similar to the human being. Then water is mainly absorbed in the larger intestine. You need to remember this thing because many times it can be asked. This is similar in case of human being also. Cecum is the large area where the small and large intestine meet. The cecum break down some previously undigested fiber, and large intestine is basically passing the undigested feed stuff. Okay, and basically primarily if we talk about only the water is absorbed. Undigested feed some excess water metabolic waste during the large intestine as the fecal matter. Okay, so this is form process, complete process. So what is important here? This process is important here. You need to understand it properly because the question can be asked again and again from this particular part. So this is all about the physiology. So we will study similarly the different aspect in another video. Thank you everyone for watching this video and have a great day.